Have you ever wondered if humans are limited to Earth, or if we can go beyond the sky? This question has challenged all of humanity, and it led to one of the most intense competitions in history. A race not fought on land, but in space. This is the story of the space race. During the Cold War, the world was divided into two powerful sides, the United States and the Soviet Union. There was no direct war between them, but competition existed in every field, from technology and weapons to space exploration. In 1957, a strange signal echoed across the world. It was Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite to orbit the Earth. The world was shocked, and the United States was stunned. This moment proved that space was no longer just about science. It had become a symbol of power. In response, the United States created NASA, an agency dedicated to space exploration with one clear goal: to lead in space. Scientists were brought together, new technologies were developed, and rockets were designed. Every day brought new discoveries, and every night carried new hope. But in 1961, the Soviet Union took another major step forward. A man named Yuri Gagarin became the first human to travel into space and return safely. The entire world watched this historic achievement, and the pressure on America grew stronger than ever. Then came a bold promise. President John F. Kennedy stood before the nation and declared that the United States would send a man to the moon before the end of the decade and bring him back safely. It was a dream that seemed almost impossible, but the nation accepted the challenge. Thousands of scientists worked day and night. Rockets were built, systems were tested, and missions were planned. But the journey was not easy. Many tests failed, and several attempts ended in explosions. In 1967, tragedy struck during the Apollo 1 mission when a fire took the lives of 3 astronauts. The nation was in shock, but instead of giving up, they learned from their mistakes and moved forward with greater determination. Years of effort and sacrifice followed, and finally, in 1969, the moment the world had been waiting for arrived. The Apollo 11 mission was ready. As the countdown began, millions of people watched with anticipation. The rocket launched into the sky, carrying the hopes of an entire nation. Days later, the spacecraft reached the moon. The landing was not easy, and fuel was running dangerously low, making every second critical. Then, history was made. Neil Armstrong stepped onto the surface of the moon and spoke the words that would echo forever. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. With that moment, the United States had won the space race. But this was more than a victory for one country. It was a victory for all of humanity. The world changed forever. New technologies emerged. Satellites improved communication, and navigation systems advanced rapidly. Today, we talk about missions to Mars, and even space tourism. But all of this began with that one race that took humanity from Earth to the moon. This is not just the story of America. It is the story of human ambition, courage, and belief. The belief that when we truly decide, we can go beyond the sky.